Merry Christmas from the Big Ten Network and from Lincoln, Nebraska, where we're ready for Christmas Day hoops. And basketball, the Big Ten Network is powered by Unleaded 88, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, hosting 19th ranked Michigan, one of the final presents under your Christmas tree. And good evening and a Merry Christmas to you and yours. Alongside Nick Baugh, I'm Kevin Kugler. Welcome inside Pinnacle Bank Arena. Two teams that are ready to get back out on the court, especially this Michigan team.
Yeah, Michigan's off to a great start, but the Wolverines haven't played in 12 days, and it's the first road game of the season for Michigan. Certainly some challenges to stay sharp in a game like today. And then for Nebraska, I think it all starts with a three-point line for them. So they haven't shot it well. I'm going to be looking at Lat Mayen in particular. He needs to have a good day from beyond the arc.
Lat Mayen over the last few games, 0 for 11 from 3. Looking to get him going. And if you're a Michigan fan, well, you love what Hunter Dickinson has done this season. Big Ten Freshman of the Week twice already this year. 10th in the league in scoring. He is a dominant presence inside and a tough task indeed for Ivan Wudraogo and the rest of the Husker bigs.
I don't think there's any question the ball is going to go inside to Dickinson. So Nebraska's double teams and rotations need to be on point.
And we are underway in Lincoln. Columbia transfer Mike Smith will bring it up for the Wolverines.
And Kevin, I've been impressed with Mike Smith, filling in for Xavier Simpson. Done a good job running the show just as he turns it over. But it's big shoes to fill with a guy like Simpson setting the table for everybody. You already seen Nebraska lead the Big Ten in steals. They got great positional length and can be disruptive.
Banton among that positional length at that point guard spot at 6'9". Banton will kick it back out to Teddy Allen for a 3. And into the arms of Hunter Dickinson. Michigan will start it up the floor. This Michigan team 6-0, as Nick mentioned. They haven't played since December 13th against Penn State. So almost a 12-day layoff. In fact, it is a 12-day layoff if you do the math. Isaiah Livers to work against Lat Mayen. 10 on the shot clock. Livers, the leaner, and the roll.
Just great pace from Livers. Wasn't in a rush at all. Lands on 2, shot fake, step through. And these Michigan guards, they're going to be a lot of concerned Huskers with Dickinson, so they're going to have room to operate.
Good look inside. Dickinson able to get over there and recover to disrupt that shot. Franz Wagner will bring it up the floor.
It's going to be crucial that Nebraska stay active on this end of the floor. Nebraska needs to create offense with their defense to get the pace going as well.
Smith leaving it for Dickinson. Look at that defense collapse on him. That's a travel. Our officials today, John Higgins, who made that traveling call, Kelly Pfeiffer, and Brooks Wells.
But that's what it has to be every time for Nebraska. When the ball gets to Dickinson, whether it's in the post or a pick and roll, there's got to be a double team right there as he catches it.
There's a lob inside. McGowan's trying to get that one up. Couldn't gather himself off the feed from Allen. Now Teddy Allen will step back for a contested 3. That won't go, and Dickinson with his second board. Smith underhands to Eli Brooks. Brooks is having a nice start to his senior season. 10 points per game for Eli Brooks. 11.5 points over the last 3 games for Brooks.
He's a guy that's played in over 100 career games. I mean, he knows what he's doing out there, and I think his poise shows.
Smith at the foul line, a little strong, and Mayen gives up the rebound to Banton.
Nebraska's going to be opportunistic to get out and run. The more opportunities they can get easy shots in the open floor, the better they're going to be served offensively.
Teddy Allen got Brooks in the air. Nice move by Teddy Allen to get the 2.
Pretty good in the post for a guard, and guards are not accustomed to playing post defense.
Another one of your positional mismatches on that end of the floor with Teddy Allen in the post, and the foul on Trey McGowan's his first.
Guards just aren't comfortable down here, Kevin. You know, they're used to sliding their feet, contesting jump shots, fighting the dribble drive. They're not used to dealing with up and unders, and Brooks fights on the shot fake. And Teddy Allen's guy was in foul trouble at Wisconsin, and it hurt Nebraska's offense big time.
Livers will try that 3 with Allen grabbing the rebound. Teddy Allen already 3 attempts today. Looking inside to Wudraogo, and he'll have to back it out.
That's Dickinson at 7'1". You're hearing the footsteps. You're not too eager to try.
McGowan's a try. Can't get it to go. Wudraogo with the offensive board. Now McGowan's looking for room on the baseline. Lat Mayen. Well, he'd love to get it going. Instead, Wagner pokes it out of his hands.
Someone needed to be ready to shoot for Nebraska on those kickouts.
Brooks ready to shoot there, but the air ball into the arms of Allen. Huskers looking to get it going to the other end. Allen splits the defenders. Oh my goodness, what a circus shot for Teddy Allen.
Yeah, he's a tough shot maker. And he can do it in a variety of ways. Off post to drive. He'll shoot pull-up threes. You got to be ready to guard the full arsenal when you're dealing with Teddy Allen.
Brooks at the top for three. This one falls for Eli Brooks and a 5-4 Michigan lead.
Michigan just shoots the ball so well from the perimeter. You put 4 shooters around a guy like Dickinson, and it is a tough predicament to deal with defensively.
McGowens has to back it out to Banton. From the elbow, Banton with the swish. Delano Banton offensively has been a real revelation for the Huskers this year, 14 points per game.
Yeah, he had a triple-double against Doane the other day. I mean, he's a guy that can fill up a stat sheet, and at 6'9", just a handful.
Dickinson, there's that double coming from Mayen. Trying to cross-court pass. Brooks gets rid of it to Wagner in the corner. Wagner's three rebounded by Mayen. Husker defense works that time. Now Nebraska will move it up the floor.
Pretty good rotations, but if you're Michigan, I still like going to Dickinson and playing out of those double teams.
Allen the quick three and the bump. A foul called on Mike Smith. His first 3 free throws coming for Teddy Allen, but first, a timeout. The holiday season in full swing. It's Christmas in Lincoln, Nebraska. Basketball on the Big Ten Network is powered by Unleaded 88, the clean burning fuel choice that's engine smart, earth kind. Some players with very holiday names. Ben Chestnut, 2001 Nebraska. 2 cookies, Cookie Miller to start, Cookie Belcher to end. Can you really have Christmas without at least 2 cookies?
No.
I don't think so.
Well, unfortunately, I don't want people to read into my name too much. It could be Nick Bah Humbug, so I don't want to be that guy.
Could
here.
be is. I mean,
this is fun though, and it's been so interesting listening to the players and the coaches. Everybody really excited about playing on Christmas Day. A lot of these kids grew up watching the NBA on Christmas, and you dream about the opportunity to play. These guys are fired up.
well, if you're not going home for the holidays, you may as well be out on the court with your guys playing ball, which is what you want to be doing anyway.
I don't think there's any question about it. I commend the Big Ten for being willing to put games on Christmas Day. This has been fun. Watch a great game between Wisconsin and Michigan State earlier. Maryland, Purdue. That was a game in which Maryland came back, made it interesting.
Wagner, the little floater from just a step inside the logo, and Michigan with it a pair.
Yeah, Wagner's had an interesting year. The offense has been a little more quiet, but Juwan Howard has praised his ability to play both ends of the floor. I think Wagner's in a good place and not forcing his offense.
Banton going down the baseline. Nice cut to get to the right side and lay it in.
And use the opposite side of the rim to protect the shot blocker with Dickinson. You're getting Banton aggressive. Teddy Allen's been aggressive early. The guys you really need to get rolling.
Brooks looking baseline. Mayen got over there to get a piece of that one. And now Nebraska looking to push. 4-on-4 right now. McGowens splits it. Udraogo fouled inside. He'll go to the line for a couple of free throws.
See a little crisscross, gets Wagner trailing because there's a lot of traffic that he has to fight through. So see how he's trailing Banton, and Banton at 6'9" has an opportunity to finish. And we talked about that positional length, whether it manifests itself in steals, and there it manifested itself into a block shot. Got to be disruptive if you're Nebraska on the defensive end.
61% at the line for Udraogo this year as the first one falls off by the wayside. Thorbjarnarson on the floor for the Huskers as Trey McGowens will leave. Another guy Nebraska would love to see get some shot rhythm going in this game. It's been a slow start to the season for Thor.
Just 6 of 26 from beyond the arc. He's one of the guys that is being counted on to knock down long-range jumpers. Him and Lat Mayen, the 2 guys that are really spacing the floor, have not shot it well, and certainly there's a domino effect for your offense.
Foul on Dickinson does not cost Michigan a point as Udraogo misses both of the free throws. Back to work goes Wagner for 3, and Wagner's 3 rattles home, and that's a good sign for Michigan. They'd love to see him get that range from 3. That's been elusive so far this year.
Absolutely. But again, he's defended well.
And Teddy Allen has been extremely active offensively early here in this one. 9 first-half points for Teddy Allen. Here's Wagner with Livers working against Allen. Nice touch to Smith in the corner. That three up and down.
Boy, really good feel from Brooks to cut off the double team and then immediately know that the defense is rotating with him and hit the opposite side of the floor. Fantastic.
Allen will get it right back from Woodrow. Go off-balance jumper is good. Teddy Allen on fire with 11 first-half points.
Well, this is what you need from Teddy Allen. He needs to be aggressive. Fred Hoiberg is offensive-minded, but this team has had a tough time scoring in stretches.
Wagner got a mismatch with Woodrow. He liked that one. Tied at 15.
Some of these Michigan guards do a really good job of is they fight over screens well. Michigan's not going to get out and hedge a bunch of screens, so you got to get over it.
Teddy Allen, my goodness. Raining it down from 3. He has 14. The Huskers have made their last 6 from the floor, and boy, did Teddy Allen like what he got under his tree or what today? He is fired up for this one. And a foul on the floor before the drive.
Well, look at this double team. It's a little late, and the rotations because of that are late. And Brooks with great anticipation and kicking it opposite. And this is the beauty of Teddy Allen. He's a tough shot maker. And you look at how he scored. A lot of it has been just him creating his own offense, whether it's in the post, shooting tough pull-ups. Really difficult to deal with.
Trevor Lakes, the 6'7" senior on the floor now for Nebraska. Eduardo Andre out there as well. A couple of Huskers who are just getting loose on this one, and a bucket, but no, wave it off. A charge is called on Isaiah Livers on his way to the rim.
You got to be able to scramble out of the double team. Nice job setting your feet, taking a charge. Eduardo Andre eliminating 2 points.
Andre, the freshman, a COVID sit out to start the season. Scored 9 points against Doane in his debut. Trevor Lakes, the transfer from Indianapolis, eligible when the NCAA gave everyone eligibility, and that is a foul going to be called on Wagner as Andre went up to try to throw that one down. And for Wagner, that'll be his first, team's 4th.
Well, the reality is Andre has got the size that Nebraska needs, especially in the interior. What a great play from Banton, kind of snaking the ball screen, bringing Dickinson up the floor, and then passing over the top of him. That's where being 6'9" really helps you. He can pass in traffic.
Kobe Webster in for the first time, the grad transfer from Western Illinois. 1 for 2 for Andre. Michigan down by 4. Up on 12 minutes remaining in this first half.
Ball's got to continue to go inside to Dickinson.
Sean D. Brown Jr. on the floor for Michigan, the Wake Forest transfer. Brown rotates it around to Livers, got an open look from 3, and a rebound to Banton.
It's a good possession, though, Kevin. You get a great ball reversal out of a double team, or a 3 for a shooter and Livers that you know can knock him down.
Here's Banton working on Livers. Tough shot. Won't get that one to roll. Battle for the loose ball scooped up by Dickinson, and here comes Michigan. Brown backing it out to Livers. 15 on the shot clock. Extra pass, Brown open, off the heel, and the long rebound kicks out. Thorbjarnarson and Andre are there.
Well, as you see Kobe Webster's block out, getting low and rooting Hunter Dickinson out, that was tremendous for the smallest guy on the floor.
Banton. Pass tip taken away by Brooks. 2-on-1 if he hurries. Brooks, the lob to Livers, and Livers able to put it down.
And the way Michigan fights through screens gives them an opportunity where you don't have to help, so where you can recover and get into passing lanes. I just think these Wolverines are so tough when it comes to fighting through picks in a variety of spots on the floor.
Banton, the bounce underneath. Andre had to gather it in traffic. Can't get the shot. Dickinson, rebound number 6. Livers looking. The skip to Wagner. And bumped by Thorbjarnarson. His second timeout on the floor. Nebraska's leading thanks to Teddy.
Well, Teddy Allen had his foot on the gas right from the jump, and he is feeling it, hitting a tough long-range three here in Lincoln.
Hello, it's Isaiah from Michigan Men's Basketball. Happy holidays from us and Happy New Year. I hope everybody stays safe.
I just want to wish my little baby Jade, my daughter, Merry Christmas, and my son Cairo. Merry Christmas. I love y'all more than anything. I'm here playing for y'all.
Some of those holiday greetings throughout the broadcast tonight. All of these players have really been separated from their families for quite some time to try to keep their teams safe and keep college basketball rolling on. Least we can do is share some of their holiday greetings on this Christmas night. Alongside Nick Bond, Kevin Kugler, our entire Big Ten Network crew, we appreciate them working on Christmas night as well. To bring you this first of two on the Big Ten Network today is Wagner on the run, pulled down by Lakes. Teddy Allen back on the floor, and Teddy going to work. Flipping to Kobe Webster in the corner. Webster's three will not go, and Shawnee Brown starts it up for Michigan.
So now, with Austin Davis's injury, who's out indefinitely with a foot injury, Brandon Johns Jr. will come in and play the 5, so a much smaller look, but the floor gets spread, and I've liked Wagner's aggressiveness. He's really come out and tried to make an imprint on this thing offensively.
He's twice in double figures this year, Nick, but he's already got 9. Or just halfway through this first half. Good sign for Michigan. Udraogo in the post against Johns, and the hook rattles home.
That's a good sign. Nebraska just doesn't get enough post points right at the rim like that. I mean, Udraogo shoots 40% from the floor. So he has a hard time converting when he gets those one-on-one post-up opportunities.
Smith around the Johns screen. Here's Brown. Flipped back out. Brown ends up with it, and the floater from the elbow drops.
Well, I love Shawnee Brown. The Wake Forest transfer is fantastic. Plays with confidence, is talented.
Oh, that's a strong rebound by Udraogo to muscle that away and muscle it up for 2.
Well, because there's a lot of muscle sitting on the bench in Hunter Dickinson. And again, it makes a difference. Michigan goes from being a really big team at the 5 to a small team at the 5 when Brandon Johns Jr., who's really more of a stretch 4 than he is a pure 5-man.
And this is where that Austin Davis injury really shows up for Michigan. The plantar fascia injury, he is out indefinitely as Allen drives to the rim. Wild shot won't go, and the rebound out of bounds off the hands of Terrence Williams II.
Well, you look at Franz Wagner. What I like is he's just kind of reading and reacting and taking what the defense gives him. If it's a kick out, he'll do it. If not, at 6'9", he can score in the post. And then, speaking of scoring in the post, back-to-back baskets from Udraogo, a welcome sight. Just makes a big difference when Dickinson's not on the floor. So, continuing to attack the paint as much as you can if you're Nebraska, when the big 7'1" freshman is on the pine, is probably a good idea.
Now they're over at the monitor. They cannot check out of bounds. This has to be a clock situation. So they're going to put 25 on the shot clock. It will be Nebraska ball. And Teddy Allen and Shawnee Brown got engaged a little earlier than Kelly Pfeiffer would have liked.
Here's the thing, they've kind of met their match. These two guys play with an edge. They'll talk a little bit.
And each of them have been teed up.
And I actually think it's a decent idea for the official there, because sometimes you got to stop that stuff right away. And Teddy Allen's a guy that'll talk some smack. Shawnee Brown is a guy that plays with some competitive toughness and trying to nip it in the bud right now.
Well, this is not, with Austin Davis out, an incredibly deep Michigan team. So fouls are going to be something to keep an eye on tonight. That's 1 apiece for Allen and Brown.
Absolutely. Now, Teddy Allen needs to keep his cool here. He can't let his emotions get the best of him.
Here's Kobe Webster, steps in at the elbow. That's not going to go, and delivers the rebound for Michigan.
So offensively now, you're not as much inside out. It's more penetration inside out instead of post, just like that.
Williams in the corner. That long 2 not going to go. And Udraogo lost it. Shawnee Brown there to muscle it in.
Great effort. And Shawnee Brown plays hard. He comes in, he plays with passion.
Here's Teddy Allen driving inside. There was a little cross collision between two Michigan players that freed Allen to get to the rim.
They've done a good eye. That's 2 different times Nebraska's kind of run that little crisscross action, once on the elbow and there in the top of the key. Just a lot of traffic to fight through, and Shandi Brown gets caught up, and Teddy Allen scores.
And Brown with a travel going the other way. Timeout on the floor. Nebraska by a pair. Holiday season in full swing. Happy holidays to you and yours. Thanks for spending time with us on Christmas. 16 first-half points for Teddy Allen, pacing the Huskers to this 2-point lead.
And Fred Hoiberg's done a nice job. Just look at all the traffic that is going to be created here. And Livers is going to hit Shandi Brown, and that's going to give Teddy Allen the opportunity to turn the corner. So there's just a lot of traffic with the little weave action, and then Teddy Allen with the nice finish. That's twice Nebraska's dialed up. Just a little crisscross action where it's a lot of traffic. Communication needs to be on point. You can switch that, or you got to make sure you're not clipping a teammate. Any way you slice it, it's good news for that young man, Teddy Allen, Teddy Buckets.
Good ball game here so far. 7.5 remaining in this first half. 2-point game, Nebraska and Michigan.
Now Hunter Dickinson back on the floor for the Wolverines. So everything kind of changes now in the paint and at the rim on both ends of the floor.
Banton out to Allen, got an open look for 3, but that one wouldn't go. Brown got out there enough, and now the long pass ahead to Brown, who leaked out to the other end for a pair.
And Trey McGowens has got to be a better free safety and make sure no one gets behind him. If he's going to go for that outlet pass, you have to make sure you get it. A little meta mistake from Trey McGowens.
There's Mahan looking to get on track. That 3 pinballs out. Lat Mahan 0 for 12 from 3 over the last 3.5 games.
They need his shooting really bad. It's important in Fred Hoiberg's offense at that stretch 4 spot that you have a shooter, because you're picking and popping. You have some guys that aren't accustomed to stretching the floor like that. He's got to get on track.
There's that double to Dickinson again. Passing out of it, finds Livers with the open 3. That's a good look out of that double, though, by the big man.
Absolutely. The ball has to continue to go to Dickinson.
Owens gets stuffed by Dickinson, and Michigan going the other way. Oh, the freshman rising up to reject Trey McGowens.
And Dickinson's a big-time player. And look, he can pass and make decisions here from the top of the key as well.
Williams will enter it now to Dickinson. Still looking for his first points of the night. He'll try to get him at the line. Let's go back to the defensive play. This is a Big Ten standout presented by Auto Owners Insurance.
Just 7'1", being willing and able to get up and block a dunk. And Trey McGowens has bounce. I mean, he can really get up. It's a heck of a play from Hunter Dickinson. He has 1 personal foul, so it takes a lot of guts to go after one, especially understanding the importance, again, with Austin Davis, who was starting at the 5 spot, not available out indefinitely with the foot injury.
And you see so much of his skill set, and Juwan Howard will say the ability to make plays for others is one of his biggest strengths.
Well, you've seen him passing out of the double team. He's got good instincts. He's got good vision. You can put him at the top of the key and have him throw some backdoor passes. He just is really good.
And that'll be an offensive foul on the screen by Kobe Webster. This Hunter Dickinson the other night, well, 2 weeks ago, I guess, at this point against Penn State, going to work.
But he's left-handed, so he likes to work to that little lefty jump hook. But he is an outstanding big that you know is getting coached at a high level by Juwan Howard every single day in practice.
Has not attempted a field goal yet, has 7 rebounds. Despite the 2 missed free throw attempts, he's a 72% shooter at the line. There's an attempt, and that's a 2-hand stuff. The rim's still rocket as Michigan takes the 2-point lead.
But those are going to be more of Dickinson's field goal attempts. He's going to get doubled when he gets posted. So he's going to have to think of himself as a passer. His points are going to come in offensive rebounds or little drop passes just like that one.
Teddy Allen trying to get it going again. Michigan's first lead since 5-4. Allen missing that jumper. Rebound out of bounds off Udraogo. But let's go back to the play a moment ago. It's our assist of the game presented by Tubi.
Kind of looked like Xavier Simpson, didn't it? Mike Smith trying to fill that void. Heck of a play. Udraogo dropping it off to Hunter Dickinson. It's just outstanding pick and roll basketball.
The assist of the game presented by Tubi. Wagner's three, no. Mayen rebounded. Huskers no points over their last 5 possessions. 0 for 4 from the floor, 1 turnover. Extra pass, Mayen attacking instead of settling for that, and now an offensive foul. Mayen barreling into Dickinson underneath. So even though Dickinson's not doing a lot of scoring, he has certainly helped on the defensive end.
Yeah, again, this is just as good as a block shot. You know, a lot of ways to protect the rim, and one of the ways is taking a charge. And sometimes you don't know what to expect offensively. Is he going to go for the block shot? Is he going to set his feet and take a charge? Good job varying what you do. Dickinson making a big impact.
Off that 20-point game against Penn State, the feed inside finds him on the low block. The tip falls for Dickinson. He's got 4 points, 8 rebounds, and Michigan enjoying its largest lead at 4.
He is dictating everything in this game. I mean, because he's collapsing the Nebraska defense. Defensively, he's rebounding and blocking shots.
Nice look there to get to Mayen and get Mayen to the rim for 2.
Don't get a lot of those against Michigan, those easy ones. But these are some of the droughts that Nebraska can go on. Got to find a way to make sure that they can get some easy ones.
Brooks short on that 3. The battle for the rebound is won by Banton, and now Banton looking to push. Can he get it ahead to Allen? He does, and Allen floats that one up and floats it in. He's got 18 first half points, and this game's tied at 29.
Nebraska's got to get more of those transition runouts. Have to find a way to get in the open floor more often, because you got dynamic players that are good in a broken floor situation.
Smith's 3, no, and the rebound, Shamil Stevenson off the bench. I'm kind of surprised Nebraska didn't pace it down the floor a little bit more there.
Those are the little moments where I think Nebraska can take it up another notch. And Fred Hoiberg wants them to play fast. That's off of a defensive rebound outlet. You got to be screaming up the floor if you're Banton.
Their average possession a year ago, just 15 seconds. This team wants to play with pace. Stevenson on the drive. Allen waiting for traffic to clear. Dickinson there to swat it away again. And here's Michigan looking to push. Brooks back up top. Livers got a good look there. That 3 will not go. Livers 0 for 4 from behind the arc.
And some good clean looks. Again, the guard's going to have opportunities today for Michigan.
Allen with the 3. Teddy Allen, his 4th 20-point game this year. It's in the first half where he has 21 and a timeout taken by Michigan.
10 on the floor.
Teddy ball game, Teddy buckets, Teddy Christmas, getting it all done today. Goodness, from deep, Teddy Allen. Definitely on the nice list, Boo Buie, the Big Ten Player of the Week, 30 points against Michigan State. Mason Gillis is off to a tremendous start in his career at Purdue, and we're going to get to see later on tonight as your extra Christmas present. It's buried deep down in the stocking. It's that thing that you just can't quite get out. You're like, what is it? Oh, it's Luka Garza. 17 straight Big Ten games with 20 points or more. He's coming up later on tonight as the rest of the Hawkeyes and Luka Garza will also play against the Gophers. And Garza from 3, that's been one big improvement in a game that has just grown each and every year. 2.13 3-pointers per game. It's the .13 that's the trickiest to make.
That's impressive, though. It speaks to player development, him working on it. And it's his ability to shoot a long-range jump shot that makes him that good offensively.
7-0 Husker run fueled by Teddy Allen, who has 21 first half points. Banton with the reach, trying to tip it away from Livers, and a foul is going to be called. Livers and Banton tangled up, and that'll go on Delano Banton. That'll be his first, team's 8th, and so 1-and-1 opportunity for Isaiah Livers, who has 4 points in this first half.
Yeah, Nebraska will switch up things defensively at times. They were in a little bit of a matchup zone, trying to trap the corner. Again, when you're a little bit vulnerable inside, you got to get creative defensively to keep a team off of their rhythm a little bit. Speaking of rhythm, Teddy Allen's in a heck of a rhythm. 21 first half points. Michigan's got to make sure they are locked in and engaged on this young man right here.
And Livers is not the guy you want to send to the line if you're Nebraska. 62 of 65 over the last 2 years at the line. Teddy Allen with his fourth 20-point game, trying to get involved in this offense here. It's tipped out of bounds. They were looking in that direction with Allen in the corner. Teddy Allen, he broke out the full Grinch shoes.
I like it.
And the Wolverines down in Wolverineville do not like those shoes a lot. Teddy has been the Grinch in this first half for Michigan. That off the heel, and the rebound for Shawnee Brown Jr. It's been an entertaining first half. Both teams going up the floor. Dare I say a frenetic pace to this first half.
What you expect with a Fred Hoiberg coach team, but certainly Michigan not shy to get out and run either.
Not at all. Brown in the corner. He'll launch and hit the three. Shawnee Brown, 44% from deep on the year. He's got 9, and Michigan back on top.
Well, what a luxury to be able to bring a guy like Shawnee Brown off the bench. He's basically the 6th starter. He comes in and he can change a game with his offense.
And his waiver approved October 30th to play this year. Boy, Juwan Howard happy to have him. Man, very nice move on the drive to the rim to tie it at 34.
Wow, what a step through from Banton. That's a good defender he's doing against 2, but you've seen 6'9" making a difference for Delano Banton numerous times when he gets in the lane.
Wagner has had the hot hand early. That one will not fall. Chasing it down, though, is Livers. Good hustle by Isaiah Livers. 15 to shoot for Livers. He'll feed it to Johns. Brandon Johns Jr. Around to Brooks. 7 to shoot. Brooks' 3 off the heel. Rebound. Wagner has it inside. That one good, and a foul.
Good activity, but take another look at Banton. Hey, that is 6'9" long, stepping through. So you got long steps, and you can put the ball high to finish it over 2 shot blockers coming. Really impressive.
In comes Trey McGowan's. Out goes Shamil Stevenson, who committed that foul a moment ago. Stevenson has seen his numbers dwindle of late.
Yeah, only played 1 minute against Wisconsin, trying to work in Trevor Lakes a little bit. And you know, I still think Fred Hoiberg's trying to figure out exactly what he has and the right rotations and the right lineups. And Michigan sitting in a little bit of a 2-3 zone. If there's one guy, who do you think Michigan needs to find on this possession here?
I'm going to go with the guy with the green shoes, but I'm not the analyst here. 8 on the shot clock, 4-second difference. Mahan to work. Allen open in the corner. Allen getting gathered. Allen fading away. Allen's 3 will not go. Rebound tipped toward the sideline. That's out off the hands of Eli Brooks. So Nebraska, with 2.3 seconds to go in this first half, is going to have one last shot, and Fred Hoiberg will use his use it or lose it timeout to talk about it. Teddy Allen, one thing he does not lack is confidence to get his shot up, and he's had a terrific first half with 21.
Well, he's done it in a variety of ways. He started in the post, get an easy one off the window. He's made tough shots off penetration, a little 1-foot step back. Again, to be a great scorer, you have to be a tough shot maker. And sometimes the ability to make tough shots can get him in trouble. To take bad shots, but when you're feeling it, you love it. Nebraska needs his offense because as odd as it sounds, Nebraska can have a hard time scoring in certain stretches, and he's by far the most gifted offensive player on this roster at getting his own shot.
2.3 seconds remaining. They're going to have to inbound from the corner. Not an easy spot necessarily to trigger in, especially when you got Franz Wagner in front of you.
And with 2.3 seconds, you can catch and shot fake and dribble. You got more time than you think.
Allen, one dribble, the shot off the mark. Halftime here, Michigan by 2 at the break in a good ball game on Christmas night.
Absolutely. Teddy Allen, the story for Nebraska, but great balance as always from Michigan. I think we got a great second stanza on tap here.
Teddy Allen with 21, Franz Wagner with 11, Dickinson 4 points, but 10 rebounds in the first half for the Wolverines. 36-34, Michigan by a pair. Halftime on the Big Ten Network is presented by State Farm. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Merry Christmas to my family back in Bordeaux, France, and in Burkina Faso in Africa. I hope you're gonna have a good Christmas, and I miss you all.
To everyone out there, I hope you guys are staying safe. From everybody at Michigan basketball, happy holidays, have a great New Year's, and keep wearing your mask.
I'd like to give a Merry Christmas to all my friends and family back in Kansas City. I'd like to give a Merry Christmas to all the Husker fans, and Merry Christmas to the University of Nebraska.
I wanted to wish everyone a happy holidays. Hope you're enjoying your time with your friends and family safely, wearing a mask, social distancing, and go blue.
What's up, guys? This is 34 Bouncer here. Just want to wish my family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. You know, I wish they could be here with me like they usually are, but you know, times are weird, and you know, I know they're going to be watching on Christmas Day. So, you know, Merry Christmas.
Thorier with the headline of the year, times are weird. That's what 2020 is going to be, and that's what it has been, and that's what it will be, I'm sure, for the final week. But we're back in Pinnacle Bank Arena alongside Nick Baugh. I'm Kevin Kugler. Entertaining first half, Nick, and we should have another one coming up between these two teams.
I got my eyes on Teddy Allen, and Nebraska has to keep on feeding Allen. He's got 21 points, and if you're Michigan, I think you're going to really want to see him become a passer. And he's got a negative assist to turnover ratio on the season, so when he's penetrating, you want to collapse. See if you can't turn him into a distributor instead of a scorer, because we know with a nickname like Teddy Buckets what he can do scoring the rock.
One of the things to keep an eye on, Nebraska has been in close games at halftime a lot this year, but those games have turned in the second half. Can they keep the pressure on in the second half? They were down down 1 point against Wisconsin, lost that game. They were down 4 against Creighton, lost by 24. They were down 2 against Georgia Tech, lost that game going away. They've been close for a half, but that second half has been the hurdle that's been too tough to overcome for Nebraska this season.
Absolutely, and I think for Nebraska, it all stems on the offensive end. Whether the turnover bug has bit them a little bit, or they've gone on these scoring droughts. So you got to make sure you're continuing to run good offense.
Mahan had that one roll out, a little hand clap, some frustration for Lat Mahan. Got a good look there, just couldn't get it to go. Livers trying to make a play on the other end, and he does with a 3. That's the first in 5 from behind the arc for Livers, and Michigan with its largest lead right out of the locker room up 7.
And Michigan was only 4 of 17 from 3 in the first half, but I think they got 17 great looks from 3. The 18th one was a pretty one, and Livers drills it.
So where is the Nebraska response? McGowan's trying to provide it, and he'll go to the line after the foul on Mike Smith.
Again, Michigan will look to run when they get opportunities. Great extra pass for Mike Smith. That's his role in this team, is setting the table. The Columbia transfer. He averaged 22 points per game last year, but he's got to be more of a distributor, and Livers delivers. And I just thought Michigan's quality of shot in that first half was fantastic from 3. So, you know, the big thing to me for Michigan is going to be that three-point line. I think Nebraska is committed to protecting the paint and doubling the post and keeping the ball out of there. So that three-point line could tell the tale for the Wolverines in this second half.
Breaks a 5-0 Michigan run out of the locker room. 6-point advantage for Michigan. And the entry to Dickinson. Quick spin, quick hook, 2 points. He's got 6 to go with his 10 rebounds.
The word is quick. Double teams have been coming. So if Dickinson is going to try to score, he's got to make a quick move before that double can come.
McGowan. Ouedraogo handed back to Banton. Banton, little pick and roll action for Ouedraogo, but he could not do anything with it.
What a help and recover from Mike Smith. Really good.
Step back, McGowan's bumped as he hits the 3. No foul, but the 3 falls. Nebraska will take it down 5.
Boy, degree of difficulty high for Trey McGowan.
Livers. Probing, fouled on his way to the rim. That'll be on Mahan. Let's go back to the big man a moment ago.
Again, he's been getting double teamed, but look how quick he gets into his move. Little quick spin to that left jump hook. The double team is coming. He understands that. I just love the poise he's played with in the post. He's made great decisions when he's gotten the ball in there.
Yeah, you could see Mahan slicing in on that double, but he got there just a little bit late. And out of bounds it goes. Mahan, good defensive play against Mike Smith on the baseline. And the turnover back to Nebraska.
It's an area Nebraska typically excels in that they haven't. Points off turnovers. The Huskers average 17 points per game off turnovers. They only have 1 here in this game. So got to do a better job here in Nebraska creating offense with your defense.
Yeah, they have not turned over Michigan but 5 times in this game. Mahan looking for the range. Nope, not there again. Mahan 0 for 2 tonight from 3. 0 for 13 over the last 3.5 games. And a turnover by Wagner working against Allen. And it goes right back to Nebraska.
Yeah, Michigan wanted a foul. It was close. Might have been a block on Teddy Allen, but with Mahan, that's a great look from 3. That's a wide open inside out look. He's a very capable shooter. He's just got to stay confident.
Allen trying to lob it to Banton. Couldn't get it to him. And Banton saving it. McGowan's is there. Misses the 2. Dickinson has it popped free. Foul. Fred Hoiberg now unhappy as McGowan's picks up his 2nd personal.
Both coaches not happy with the officiating right now on both ends of the floor. I still love playing through Hunter Dickinson. The way he's made decisions out of the double team, you're going to get great opportunities.
Wagner looking, and that's a travel. The turnover back to Nebraska. This has been a sloppy 1.5 minutes of basketball. Michigan has turned it over 3 times in the last 2 minutes. Here comes Banton. 3 straight possessions have ended in a turnover for Michigan. McGowan's trying to coax the foul, and he gets the 3 through the contact. 2nd straight ridiculously difficult 3 for McGowan's, and Nebraska's within a pair.
McGowan's could have had back-to-back 4-point plays with those 2 threes he knocked down. Those are big shots from Trey McGowan.
And Wagner going into the chest of Woodrow. Let's go back to this 3 again.
You tell me. Might have been a little Hollywood snapping his head back, but might have got his elbow. I think he did. Still got it to go down. Take a look at the right elbow. I think Mike Smith might have grazed it, knocked it down. And listen, Trey McGowan's, this is a guy that averaged 11 points per game at Pitt in the ACC. He's a very capable scorer. So it's good to see him get rolling.
Livers with the answer. Look out, he's getting rolling now. After the slow start from 3, he's hit his last 2, and he's got 12.
A good clean look.
McGowan's can't get that one to go, and now Wagner looking to push. Does not have numbers, doesn't care. Backs it out to Smith, and Livers was open. Here's Wagner. Back to Livers.
Good job by Nebraska scrambling to the 3-point line. Looked like there were some opportunities were erased.
Brooks will enter to Dickinson. Here comes that double. Extra pass. Wagner on the baseline. What a feed from Livers to find Wagner for an easy 2.
But it all starts with the great pass from Dickinson. He gets the hockey assist, but Livers, no doubt, gets the assist. I just think that's the best place to go if you're Michigan, is in the post.
Nick Bahe always thinking hockey. I'm out on the floor.
I'm always thinking about Livers as well from beyond the arc. He got a clean one to go early and gets his 2nd dribble the 2nd half to go down. Michigan slowly pulling away.
Basketball on the Big Ten Network is brought to you by Tubi. Download now and stream for free on all your favorite devices. This is our good friend Seamus McKnight, Nebraska Basketball Sports Information Director. Right next to him, Melissa and her kids. Happy holidays to Melissa, who is battling right now in a battle that she is going to win and win resoundingly. And a Merry Christmas to you all. Good to see those smiling faces. We cannot wait until those are replaced by the actual flesh and blood faces of fans in all these arenas across the Big Ten Conference. We are here and we miss you. I can tell you that.
this is Michigan's first true road game, and it's a little different. You know, going on the road isn't like what it usually is when you're playing in front of fans, but it certainly presents some challenges.
Livers, and a push is going to be called as he went up to get that rebound, and the shove on Ouedraogo, his third foul.
Okay, it's these moments here where, as you take another look at it, as a good block out from Livers, holding Ouedraogo off and gets shoved to the ground. But can Nebraska fight it right now? Feels like momentum's starting to swing towards Michigan a little bit.
This feels like a big possession.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of time left and there's a lot of room left, but this feels like a big possession for both of these teams. Wagner inside to Dickinson. Dickinson in a mismatch against Mahan, and there's not a lot that Mahan can do when he gets pinned down that low against Hunter Dickinson.
That's just really good. A little misdirection, get everybody flowing to the right side of the floor, and then you bring it back to the left. So everybody flowing to the right, you throw it back to the left side of the floor where Dickinson's got a seal, and he's got such a good seal he can bobble the initial catch and still draw the foul. So now Juwan Howard is dialing up different ways to get Dickinson in the post, and the freshman is delivering.
8-point lead for Juwan Howard's Wolverine squad.
I got to tell you, I've been so impressed with Juwan Howard and his maiden voyage into being a head coach at the college level. His teams play hard. They play with a purpose. They play together. I am really, really excited about what Juwan Howard's career can be as a college coach.
Now, currently the #1 recruiting class in the country coming in next year. He has a lot of skilled big men that are coming through this program. Dickinson, of course, being one of them. And I mean, it's a hard thing to resist if you're a big man being coached by Juwan Howard. And I have sat there and watched him when we are in practices individually working with these big men. That is a master class in teaching how to play the post.
Well, Dickinson's been basically flawless today in everything he's done, from decisions.
And Wagner with the three. That's a timeout taken by Nebraska. And here it goes again. Another scoring drought in the second half for Nebraska, and a 10-0 run ongoing for Michigan. They gave up a 15-0 run to Creighton, a 16-0 run to Wisconsin, and Franz Wagner with this three, stretching the Michigan run to 10 and stretching the Michigan lead to 12.
Shout out all my family and friends back home in Naptown. Merry Christmas.
From the both of us and the Michigan basketball family,
we would like to wish you
a Merry Christmas
and a Happy New Year.
And a special Merry Christmas to you and yours as well. You know, I don't want to say this, but we went and saw Santa earlier. And this was before the Christmas holiday, and he had his naughty and nice list, and he said #1 on the nice list, young lady named Mava Bob.
Oh, my 4-year-old daughter.
And I heard she was very, very happy with what Santa brought, and she should have been, because again, she was #1 on Santa's
There's no
nice
question
list.
about that. And a variety of gifts in my house right now, most notably, though, a Barbie dream house.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, the bank utilized to break the 10-0 run, and Teddy Allen back in the scoring column with 24.
Needed it. We were just talking. Teddy Allen has not taken a shot in the second half. Got to get going if you're Teddy Allen. And this is tough. And this is a step back, contested. That's 6'9" Franz Wagner. A little kiss off the window here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. He has to. This is what he can do, though. Now, I don't think he's banking in threes, but he can create his own offense. And when you go on a little scoring drought, sometimes the remedy is just a guy making a play.
And Dickinson loses it in traffic. Here come the Huskers. Bank on the run, caught on the front of the rim, Livers the rebound. Miss by the Huskers, a big one. Could have kept a little momentum going as Brookso launched. That miss breaks an 8 straight made field goal run for Michigan. Tough feed by McGowan's, led Andre too far, and a turnover by the Huskers.
Those are the plays I wish Nebraska would run harder early in possessions. Don't let that half-court defense get set. Really look to push it faster up the floor. See if you can't probe and get a good shot earlier in the possession.
Smith on the curl, in the corner to Livers, and Isaiah Livers has found the range. He's got 15, And Michigan back up by 11.
And he got that first one to go down, and he started to feel better about himself. Michigan's really shared the ball well.
Banton can't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by Smith. Smith cuts through traffic. The kick in the corner to Wagner, and Wagner can't get that one to go. Livers has hit 3 from deep in this half to stretch this lead. Now 12 for Michigan. Allen fortunate to keep the possession.
But did you see what Mike Smith did? He sprinted down and got a penetration kick. I think Nebraska can do that a little bit more. As you see Banton line one up and knock one down. I just would like to see Nebraska look to push it down the floor more. Try and get some offense, because they've had a hard time in the second half going against the set Michigan defense.
Brooks baseline, bumped. Michigan wants that shot to count. Back to the 3 a moment ago.
Mike Smith has just spoon-fed Livers threes in this second half. Making simple plays, getting a piece of the paint, kicking it out. Really been impressed with certainly that guy's knockdown shots, but also Mike Smith and his decisions.
Thorbjarnarsson's 3rd foul. That's already the 7th team foul against the Huskers, which means Michigan going to the line for the remainder of this ball game. This is a team that shoots 77% at the charity stripe.
And the one thing we've talked about is how Nebraska needs to be more disruptive and create offense with their defense. Well, it's harder to be really aggressive defensively when your opponent's already in the bonus. You don't want to maybe go for that pass or run through the passing lane. You might foul, so it kind of decreases your aggressiveness too, which compounds the issue.
Michigan by 11. Webster off balance. Wagner changed that shot. Dickinson battles for the rebound, and it trickles to Wagner.
You said it. Great contest from Franz Wagner.
Now Brooks around the Dickinson screen. Michigan operating crisply right now. Dickinson with a spin on the youngster Andre, and Dickinson is just a handful.
Man, is that good.
McGowan's on the other end blocked, but a foul called on Eli Brooks. And that will take us to a timeout. 60-47, Michigan with the lead. Presents are unraveled. The tree still up and shining bright on this Christmas night in Lincoln, Nebraska.
I'm Kobe Webster, and I would have to say my favorite Christmas gift growing up was that PlayStation Portable. If you know, you know.
PSP. Yeah, that, you know, that used to have the now lost NCAA football game.
True.
The PSP that you could take with you and maybe play on an airplane if you were traveling about.
Yeah.
That was all right. I know, Kobe. I know.
I know Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo. I know Nintendo 64. I don't know a PS4. So I can't sit here and act like I know.
See, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
But you don't know. Stream every Big Ten Network game on the Fox Sports app presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Download today on your smartphone, tablet, and connected devices. Perhaps one of those connected devices is Kobe Webster's PSP. Perhaps not. Well, the technology may not have quite been there on PSP back in the day.
Not quite, but what needs to be connected is Nebraska's defense. I mean, Michigan 8 of 10 from the floor here in the second half.
There's good hands by McGowan's and good work there by Michigan's Terrence Williams II to keep that one alive. 13 on the shot clock as Wagner's pushed out near the timeline. The fadeaway offensive rebound and put back from Shawnee Brown Jr.
Well, you do everything right if you're Nebraska. By far their most engaged and energetic and active defensive possession, but you give up an offensive rebound.
Allen has it rim out. Nebraska in the second half from 2, now 0 for 9 from 2-point range. Huskers shooting 29% as a team in the second half. Michigan 75%. They've outscored the Huskers by 11 in this second frame. Interception by McGowan's going the other way. 3-on-2. Back it out.
Got to find a way to be more aggressive when you got numbers like that.
And a whistle and a foul. Udraogo set the screen, and Foul called on Wagner trying to fight through it.
I just think for a team, and I know Coach Hoiberg, he talks all the time about pace. For a team that wants to play fast, this team is not pushing it and getting into the open floor near enough right now, because their Ken Palm tempo numbers are okay, but I think that's more about quick shots than it is getting out in the open floor and where you have numbers, if that makes sense. And so I just think Nebraska needs to find a way to play faster in the open floor.
Here's Allen. He'll step back for a three, and Teddy Allen, who had the range in the first half, can't find it there. Trevor Lakes off the bench. His three way off the mark. And the rebound out to Mike Smith. Huskers unable to get anything going offensively, and now Williams going baseline. Blocked by Wudraogo, out of bounds. 19 to shoot for Michigan.
You can tell Fred Hoiberg's trying to infuse some energy into his team. They're now hard hedging ball screens, really trying to get out and be active. Watch Dickinson slipping to the rim if he gets an opportunity here in a post-up.
It's in moments like these where you really feel like the home crowd would have been a big benefit this season. You draw energy from that crowd as the offensive foul on Williams will turn it over. But when that ball's rolling against you and you're a team like Nebraska that's still trying to learn in the Fred Hoiberg system, there's just really nothing that can, you have to create your own energy. That's hard to do when you're missing shot after shot.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I think sometimes runs can be cut a little bit short if you've got that home crowd in front of you. So maybe instead of a 12-0 run, you're able to score a little earlier or play a little bit better defense, and the runs mitigated a bit.
Teddy Allen off again, gets his own rebound, trying to muscle it around the defense, and he throws it away. Last two-pointer Nebraska hit was a Delano Banton layup with 1:10 to go in the first half. In the corner, Livers, open three. He's had the range in the second half, not there. And now can Nebraska push? Allen for Bjarnason. Michigan got gathered quickly defensively, but Allen now on the attack, goes behind the back, and it's a turnover. Turnover number 8 for the Huskers. Here's Williams on the move, end to end off the window. No, Lakes tips it for Thor Bjarnason.
This is where you got to continue to push if you're Banton.
Allen. Banton, and there's the first two-pointer in the second half for the Huskers.
And a good job by Banton recognizing the size mismatch. Mike Smith only 5'11", and shoot over the top.
Browns three, no. Banton for Nebraska. Do they have a run in them over the final 8:20? Banton trying to start it, out to Lakes, toeing the line for a three, and that's what Trevor Lakes can do for you if you're a Husker fan. Lakes, the transfer from the University of Indianapolis, hit 235 threes when he was at Indy, and a timeout taken by Michigan. The Wolverines have not scored in their last 5 possessions. Nebraska trying to find an offensive spark on this Christmas night in the Heartland.
Here's a look at Trevor Lakes, the Division II transfer, is a three-point specialist, and he can make teams pay for mental mistakes and stepping off them. Keep an eye on Mike Smith as Wudraogo is going to roll to the basket. He's going to stay stuck in as Trevor Lakes moves up the floor. So you let it run. He helps on the roll, and specialists make you pay for leaving them from beyond the arc. Maybe this will ignite a run for the Huskers.
Huskers have been outscored by 6 now in this second half as Michigan's been empty on their last 5 possessions.
A little bit of zone from Nebraska, trying to keep Michigan out of rhythm. And most likely had a man-to-man set drawn up out of that timeout, so good coaching from Hoiberg.
And McGowan's with the steal, took it away from Brooks. Brooks with a two-hand hammer. Oh, the elevation exploding to the rim.
And just like that, it is a 2-possession game. And he got some long active guys on the top of the zone, and McGowan's and Banton.
And stops the 7-0 Nebraska run.
Man, Mike Smith has been a stud in the second half. His numbers won't jump off the page, but he has really controlled things offensively nicely. Oftentimes with the pass, but that time with the floater.
To shoot for Banton. Banton. This is the open look. Good offensive rebound. Woodrow going to the line for a chance at one more. But let's go back to the McGowan's dunk a moment ago. It's a Big Ten standout presented by Auto Owners Insurance.
Kevin, you see the athleticism, and he has great defensive potential in being disruptive, stealing the basketball. In that 2-3 zone, you can be a little bit more active and take some chances and get some energy infused into Nebraska as all of a sudden little momentum shifting to the Big Red.
His brother Bryce in the building tonight. Huskers signed him for next year's class. He's the first 5-star in Husker history, but older brother Trey kind of showing the youngster how to get it done on the open floor.
I like that Fred Hoiberg's sticking with this 2-3 zone. And still try to go inside to Dickinson. Got to be able to collapse.
And Dickinson throws it away, gets it back, caromed off a foot or an ankle towards Dickinson. 9 on the shot clock, tipped by Thorbjarnarson. There's a steal. And then a foul. Smart play by McGowan's, Nick. He slowed up and let the youngster run into him and draw the contact.
He did that twice against Georgia Tech. Watch Thorbjarnarson on point. See where he was on the double team right as Dickinson caught the ball and had high hands, so he gets the deflection. And McGowan's does that all the time. In transition, if he thinks a guy is kind of got cruise control going, he'll stop right in front of you and draw the foul.
Well, the nice thing for Nebraska was he didn't have numbers on the other end. Michigan did a terrific job in hustling down the floor. So from his standpoint, it's a win-win. You get to the line, you hit the front end, and now you get one more.
And Dickinson, I know he only has 2 personal fouls, but if there's a guy that you want to get off the floor, it's Hunter Dickinson.
Trey McGowan's with 13 second-half points to bring the Huskers back within 4. Remember, Michigan led by 13 just 5 minutes ago. Smith got a wide-open look, and that is a giant 3 for Michigan.
5 big points from Mike Smith in this zone. A little floater and then a nice play from Isaiah Livers, who is returning the favor with a little penetration kick.
And the Huskers find an answer. It's Lakes. Now Banton has to back it out to McGowan's. 10 to shoot for the Huskers. And McGowan's tough jumper, but it goes. He wanted some contact with a foul. Didn't get the call, but it's a 5-point game.
The question is, how much do you stick with the zone? Now, Fred Hoiberg looks like he bailed out of it, going back man-to-man, so got to be concerned about Dickinson in the post. That's what's really given Nebraska issues.
Mike Smith hit that 3 just a moment ago. Now Livers in the corner with 8 on the shot clock. Backing down Thorbjarnarson. Livers with 1 to shoot, got it off the window.
Just great patience in the post.
5 minutes to play. 7-point game in Lincoln. McGowan's. He's had all of the offense in this stretch for the Huskers. Couldn't get the rebound. Woodrow and Smith now on the push, leaving it for Brooks. A beautiful 2-man game. Brooks and Smith combined for a pair. Banton hustling to the other end against Livers, muscles it in for 2.
Mike Smith has just been awesome when he's had decision-making moments and making the perfect one.
8 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds for Smith, and some key moments. And there's a little miscommunication between Dickinson and Smith, and an unforced error.
Well, Kevin, look at Livers. He sees the shot clock. He actually wanted to kick it opposite as Woodrow is going to come to the basket, but then is able to intelligently use the step through. That's all good footwork, poise, and patience on display there for a guy that's played a lot of basketball.
That's a veteran move and a veteran sequence for Isaiah Livers. Here's McGowan's, goes past Livers, reverses as Dickinson got over there and changed everything about McGowan's intent.
Complete shot alteration. It's not going to go in the stat sheet as anything, but Dickinson might as well have been a block.
Smith into the paint, backs it out. Wagner. He's worked with the ball in his hands, left that one just short. Udraogo with rebound number 6. Allen up the floor quickly. Allen's pinned, but a foul is called. 3:46 remaining in this second half. Timeout on the floor. We are closing in on maybe a late present under your tree, a barn burner at the Vault. Coming up, the special Christmas doubleheader continues. Luka Garza and the 4th-ranked Hawkeyes, Marcus Carr and the Gophers. Big Ten basketball continues on this Christmas night. Luka Garza is reaching for the record books. 3rd all-time in Iowa scoring, 1,786 career points. Pat O'Connor, who is not only producer-director and mathematician, did some work on this. Garza will take the lead against Indiana February 7th on his current pace with 13:08 remaining. He will pass Roy Marble. That is the projection. We figure it works for elections. We may as well use it for this as well. The projection is that Luka Garza will become the all-time scorer February 7th. Our projections are not valid, but he's on pace for that. Don't forget that's coming up next on the Big Ten Network, so be sure you watch Iowa, Minnesota too. Maybe he has 75 points tonight and that projection changes.
Anything's possible with Garza, you know, and to ruin Pat's math would be fantastic right now.
We had to borrow several people to utilize their toes to complete that math work. 3:40 remaining in this second half. Eli Brooks. Franz Wagner at the top of this offense for Michigan.
Some more 2-3 zone for Nebraska.
Here's Smith. He's had some excellent moments in this second half, especially turning the corner against Dorothy Arneson. There's another one. The dump down to Wagner. Mike Smith has played a whale of a game.
And he has put on a clinic on how to control a game from the point guard spot. Just so well done. Drug the hedge man all the way to half court and then got downhill, drew the defender and dropped it off. Outstanding.
And he dropped it off to Wagner as his 3rd career 20-point game with an even 20 so far tonight. Banton at the foul line. And Dickinson chasing down rebound number 13.
This is where you pump the brakes a little bit. Juwan Howard will get things organized. Back man-to-man for Nebraska. First mental mistake there for Mike Smith, a little errant pass, but look at this. Just drug the hedge man out and is able to get downhill, draw the defender, drop it down to Franz Wagner. It's just outstanding from Mike Smith, reading and reacting, taking what the defense gives him. Perfect.
You got a new TV for Christmas. Download the Tubi app for free and watch your favorite shows on Tubi on your new TV. The runner off the heel won't go, and the rebound to Mike Smith. One and done go the Huskers, and now Smith controlling things again as he brings it up the floor.
Man, that's just a tough shot. That's a contested, one-handed runner going away from the basket.
Juwan Howard said, we're not putting pressure on Mike Smith to be Xavier Simpson, but he has certainly manned that role well tonight. Dickinson's tip won't go, and Nebraska with a rebound. Huskers need points, and they need them in a hurry, down 73-65. Banton on the run, a blocking foul. And Banton headed to the free throw line. Clock stops, 1:41 remaining in the second half, and Nebraska down 8.
See, Mike Smith definitely was sliding a little bit, probably the right call. Now Banton will go to the line. Some we haven't seen. I don't know if the score would call for it, is some full court pressure of some kind. Because the reality is with a guy like Mike Smith, you know what's coming. They're going to be able to chew this clock down, run some pick and roll, and you got to make your free throws in a situation like this if you're Nebraska.
And it's been a constant struggle in the Fred Hoiberg tenure at Nebraska. 2 free throws missed there, 10 of 18 tonight at the line. And It's hard to upset a top 20 team when you don't make your free throws and leave points like that at the stripe.
Yeah, it leaves you no room for error if you're trying to cut into a deficit.
73-65, Michigan trying to improve to 7-0 on the year, 2-0 in conference play. Dickinson able to save the turnover. Livers the extra pass. Wagner all alone with 3 to shoot. The 3 won't go. Dickinson offensive rebound, put back, and a foul. And that might be the finishing blow delivered by Michigan on the road in Lincoln.
Well, if you're Nebraska, you miss 2 free throws and then you get a stop but can't get a rebound. And at Dickinson, his stat sheet won't necessarily blow you away, but he has really impacted this game every single possession he's been on the floor. Did a perfect job wedging in the backside, understanding where a lot of those corner threes are going to come off to the opposite side of the basket. And he gets 3 the hard way.
His stat sheet getting better, though. 13 points, 15 rebounds, the most by a Michigan player this year. His second career double-double.
Well, and then shots altered, points created. Like, he's had a whale of a game.
Lakes with the quick 3. That's an air ball out of bounds. It'll belong to Michigan again. 2 official block shots tonight for Dickinson, both in the first half, but it feels like he has been involved in about 7 blocked shots. They may not show up as blocks because he didn't make contact with the ball, but he changed so many shots down there.
Well, and he changed every offensive possession, too, just because Nebraska had to pay so much attention as you see it travel from Eli Brooks. And the focal point of the defensive game plan for Nebraska was what they were doing with Dickinson in the post. And so that creates a bunch of opportunities for guys like Livers and Wagner to have 20 points and Mike Smith to get in the lane and make plays.
Inbound comes to Teddy Allen, and Allen can't find the range. Payton with the offensive rebound, muscles it back up and in, and a timeout taken by Fred Hoiberg. Dickinson has been the story, though, along with Mike Smith for Michigan. Of course, Wagner with 20. Very good night for him as well. But Dickinson, the freshman, on the Big Ten road, seemingly having no problems.
Well, he certainly doesn't play like a freshman. He's got poise. He has wisdom beyond his years, and I'm sure it has a lot to do with the coaching of Juwan Howard. He's done a little bit of everything, and I love that he didn't allow getting double teamed to deter his aggressiveness. And you saw him get a better feel for how to attack as the game progressed, and did a nice job wedging in for rebounds as well.
Pretty good high school as well, the Matha High School. Nice little list of notable alums coming out of there. Now, when we show this graphic 10 years from now, Hunter Dickinson's name may very well be on that list with Victor Oladipo, Sidney Lowe, Danny Ferry, and others.
The trajectory that Dickinson's on, he's certainly heading towards that list. He's been great. And again, it's important because with Austin Davis on the sidelines, the 6'10 senior who was starting at the center spot, Dickinson's been even more important.
Smith breaking the pressure, and a foul is going to be called. One thing for Nebraska that has certainly changed in the second half has been Teddy Allen. He has kind of disappeared in the second half. Nick had 21 in the first half, just 4 second half points on 1 for 5 shooting for Allen.
Yeah, and here's the thing, with a guy like Teddy Allen who's so aggressive to find his shot, you have to credit Michigan for doing a good job of shutting it all off, because he's going to take any shot anywhere. He was the hottest guy in the gym in the first half, and he has cooled off. You felt like that was going to be a big story for the second half.
Juwan Howard's team closing in on win number 7, second win in conference play.
Tell you what, the transfer route is a great way to plug holes. They had a hole at point guard with Xavier Simpson's departure, and Mike Smith has come in and seemingly filled that void nicely.
10 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds tonight for Mike Smith. And again, going on the road is not the same this year as it is in years past. You know this place, I know this place, and everybody in the conference knows this place is full, and would have been on a night like this, packed to the gills. And when Nebraska was rolling in that first half, this place would have been jumping. But it wasn't, and it isn't, and it's not as difficult in this league right now to win on the road, because you don't have to deal with the crowds that the Big Ten is known for across this league.
Well, and maybe a freshman big and Hunter Dickinson doesn't handle the environment as well. And maybe a transfer point guard from Columbia and Mike Smith doesn't handle it quite as well. But it's different. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, everybody's dealing with
Yes.
that. Everybody's playing with that, so it's a level playing field, but not an excuse, but an explanation for some of these things, as Michigan hasn't had to get rid of all their road game rituals. Juwan Howard on the road does this. Look at this. Flips over his head, money ball. Our crack research staff has found that it's 3 consecutive road games that Juwan Howard has made that shot dating back to last year. So 3 consecutive road games. Believe that makes him the active leader in the category.
I believe you're correct.
Of the half court, back to the basket, over the shoulder toss shot. Yeah.
That's
impressive.
That's a horse shot that you don't even try to match. You're like, nah, you got it.
I'll take that, H. Thank you very much. Banton short on that 3, and Brown able to secure it for Michigan, and the Wolverines are going to be able to dribble this one out. And Michigan going to 7-0 on the year, 2-0 in conference play as the Huskers fall below 500. Now 4-5 and 0-2 in the league, 80-69. It's Fred Hoiberg and Juwan Howard greet each other at half court, and Michigan continues its very impressive start, Nick, to this basketball season.
Absolutely. When you watch Michigan, balance is one of the first things that jumps out at you. Any one guy can go off and beat you on any night, and that was on display. 5 guys in double figures. Franz Wagner hadn't been scoring as well heading into this game, but he goes off for 20 points. But I just thought it was Mike Smith's 10 points and his 6 assists controlling things, and then Dickinson dictating everything in the paint and at the rim really set the table for Michigan to allow them to emerge victorious.
Smith, 7 of those points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists in the second half alone to pace Michigan to the 80-69 win on the road in Lincoln. That's going to do it for us on this Christmas night in Lincoln, Nebraska. Michigan with the win, 80-69. Thanks to our crew for working on Christmas night to get you the shots and sounds from Lincoln, Nebraska. For Nick Baugh and our entire Big Ten Network crew, I'm Kevin Kugler. Merry Christmas, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your holiday season.